What's your name, your full name at the jail, please?
Richard Arnold Garcia Jr., Your Honor.
Looks like you have two separate counts of disorderly conduct. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. I need to let you know you do have a right to remain silent. I'm not going to appoint an attorney at this time, but when you appear at your next court date, you certainly could ask that court. Let me see. Hold on a second. All right, I'm going to release you on those charges. You will need to appear in Sahuarita Municipal Court on May 5th of 2026 at 8:30 a.m. If you don't appear, a warrant will issue your arrest, and do not commit any further acts of domestic violence. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are excused. If you don't appear, it will issue for your arrest. Thank you. What is your full name, please?
Ronnie Jesus Ramirez Jr.
Mr. You have a case out of Marana for the warrant for your arrest for a disorderly conduct charge on February 4th of 2026. I'm going to quash that warrant. I am going to release you, sir. You live in the Tucson area, is that correct?
Yeah. If you can I just go ahead and stay in custody?
Sir, you live in the Tucson area. Sir, you have to appear for your hearing dates. I'm not going to keep you on custody. I'm going to release you on this Marana City Court case. You must appear in court. If you don't, another warrant is going to issue. The case will never go away until you appear. You also have a case out of Justice Court from May 18th of 2021, criminal damage charge. I'm going to quash the warrant, release you. Let's see, your next court date is going to be April 16th at 10 a.m. You must appear in Justice Court, and that's going to be in 4 days. Make sure you appear. Do you understand? Jail, I can't hear him.
There's no chance, in chance I can be held in custody for it.
No, sir. Thank you. You're excused. What is your full name, please? All right, you had a couple of cases in warrant status. One case is out of Justice Court. It was for a shoplifting case from March 29th of 2022. I'm going to quash a warrant on this case only. I'm going to release you, ma'am. I'm not sure what the problem is with you getting to court, but you have to get to court May 5th. If you don't appear, another warrant will issue for your arrest. A warrant for your arrest at a Marana Municipal Court, shoplifting and drug paraphernalia charge. I'm going to quash the warrant. I'm going to release you on this case. May 13th at 10 a.m. is your next court date in Marana. If you don't appear, another warrant will issue for your arrest. And then you had warrants out of city court. Let's see. You had warrants out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cases in city court for various charges involving criminal trespass, drug paraphernalia, disorderly conduct, false trespass, possession of prescription drugs, drug paraphernalia, criminal trespass. You also had a petition to revoke in one of your cases, CM 23004288. Looks like you were placed on unsupervised probation for a drug paraphernalia charge, and the state's alleging that you failed to pay the restitution in the case, failed to complete your 10 sessions of substance abuse counseling. I am going to enter a denial of the allegation. For all your cases, I'm going to set a bond on a domestic violence case of $1,000. Public Defender's Office to represent you. For all your cases, a city public defender will be in touch with you at the jail. And you are excused. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to give you a hearing date. Your next
Okay.
hearing date is going to be on April 21st, 2026 at 1:45 p.m. Thank you. You're excused. There's your, you'll have to bring the files around this way. And then there's your files. What is your full name, please?
That'd be Anthony Trayvon Fowler.
Mr. Fowler, you are charged with domestic violence assault, domestic violence criminal damage. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. I do have to let you know you do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. If you want to hire an attorney, I am not going to appoint an attorney. The state at this time is not letting me know that you're facing any jail time. I'm going to release. You are not allowed to have any contact with Alexis Taylor. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't call her, don't text her, don't social media her. Stay away from her residence location. Don't have any contact with her. Your next court date is going to be in Tucson City Court, May 19th, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. If you don't appear, a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes.
So at this time, you're not facing additional jail because I'm not appointing counsel. Later on in your case, there's a possibility you could be facing jail. Depends on, if when the prosecutors evaluate your case. So if that occurred, then you would be screened to see if you counsel could be appointed in your case. All right, you're excused. Thank you.
Carlson?
Hold on a second. All right, what is your full name, please?
Mark Benjamin Jansky.
You are charged with domestic violence assault and 2 counts of domestic violence disorderly conduct. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty. Mr. Jansky, it looks like you've been living with your parents, and this case involves your parents, and they cannot provide a place for you to live. So I am going to continue this hearing to tomorrow morning to see if pretrial services can find alternative housing for you.
All right.
So I'm going to continue this matter to tomorrow. Housing can be found.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Good evening, Your Honor. This is the Spanish interpreter. May the court confirm with the jail if there's any Spanish speakers?
Yeah, hold on a second.
Hello, Judge.
Hold
This
on.
is the jail speaking.
Yes.
We have no Spanish speakers.
All right. Interpreter excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At the jail, what is your full name, please?
Lance Sterling Carlson.
Are you do you have, okay, you're not a third or a senior or anything like that, is that correct?
Right.
All right. You are charged with being involved in an accident involving serious physical injury. I am going to, it was a hit and run charge. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty. Let you know that you do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor's office regarding their bond. and then I will hear from your attorney. Mr. Wilbur.
Yes, Your Honor. The state is recommending a $15,000 bond. While we recognize that he has no prior felony convictions, we just highlight the extreme dangerousness of this offense, striking a pedestrian with a car, leaving the scene, passing the scene again on his way home, and refusing to stop to help that pedestrian.
Defense counsel.
Judge, we are asking for something much lower than the 15,000, or if you'd consider release. I think the fact that he doesn't have any prior felony convictions at 46 is substantial and shows his lack of willingness to fail to appear or his danger to the community. He does have verified housing and support with a former wife. He doesn't have any sort of active NVCA flag, and this is considered a nonviolent offense by the pretrial services matrix.
Mr. Carlson, due to the alleged facts of this case, I'm going to set your bond at $10,000. No contact with the victim. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is set April 22nd, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. You are excused. Thank you. Your attorney will be in touch with you. What is your full name, please?
It's Michael Isaac Reese.
I'll waive reading of the complaint, inter pleas of not guilty. Mr. Reese, I want to let you know you do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first in the prosecutor's office regarding their bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your attorney. Mr. Wilbur?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is recommending a $1,500 bond. While we recognize he has no prior criminal history, the state will just highlight the facts of this case and specifically the defendant's statements that he's done this in the past before. So I think there's a continual risk for the victim.
Defense counsel.
Judge, we're asking you to release him to pretrial services. He does not have any sort of active NVCA flag. And in fact, he's only scoring a 2 on the NCA scale. He is only 21. There's no indication that because of his lack of priors, that he won't be able to follow the court's order to have no contact with the victim and not commit any new offenses.
Mr. Reese, your bond is set at $1,500 secured plus release of pretrial services. You must comply with any monitoring treatment they recommend. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. This is appointed to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is set to April 22nd. I'm sorry. Yes, April 22nd, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you. Thank you. What is your full name, sir?
Gavin Ray Ruth, ma'am.
You have 2 charges. I'm going to waive reading of the charges and enter pleas of not guilty. No right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor's office regarding their bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your attorney. Mr. Wilbur.
Yes, Your Honor. The state is recommending a $10,000 bond, and we would highlight his criminal history and specifically what the nature of these charges, the risk to the community, specifically the children in our community.
Defense counsel.
Judge, we are asking for a much lower bond, or if you'd consider release. He does not have any sort of active NBCA flag. He's a 2 on the FTA scale, 4 on the NCA scale. It looks like he's been homeless for some time and living outside the country. So I could see why registering would be difficult, but I think it's important to point out that he does not have any new felony charges.
Mr. Routh, your bond is set at $3,000 plus release of pretrial services. If you're able to post that bond, you must comply with any monitored treatment they recommend. You're not allowed to drink any alcohol, don't take any illegal drugs. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. April 22nd at 1:30 p.m. is your preliminary hearing. You are excused. Thank you. What is your full name, please?
Magnolia Wisdom Casad.
All right, looks like you're charged with an aggravated assault charge and a domestic violence endangerment charge and domestic violence assault charge. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. I need to let you know you do have to remain silent to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor's office regarding his bond recommendation. Mr. Wilbur.
Yes, Your Honor. The state has asked for a $2,500 bond with pretrial services if released. We would highlight just the facts of this case, that it was a risk to herself, to the other person in the car, and anyone on the road, and additionally, a more risk to the victim as they were assaulted.
Defense counsel.
Judge, we'd be asking you to consider something lower than that bond amount. I don't have any verified employment or housing. We'd ask you to take that into consideration.
Ms. Casada, I'm going to take that into consideration, the fact that you don't have housing or not employed and you have a extensive misdemeanor arrest history. Your bond is set at $2,000. No contact with your dad. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. You're not allowed to possess any firearms and commit no further acts of domestic violence. Your plea hearing is set to April 22nd, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. You also had 5 cases that are misdemeanor warrants for your arrest out of justice court. One case was a disorderly conduct from April 2025. Another case involving shoplifting, refusing to 15th of 2023. Criminal trespass on the 3rd September 2nd, 2025. Shoplifting, criminal trespass from October 20th, 2023. Domestic violence assault from May 6th, 2023. And then there's a shoplifting from September 30th, 2020. Quash all the warrants, set your bonds in each of your cases at $500. Appoint Amanda Bynum as your attorney, and you'll see a judge tomorrow in Justice Court, April 13, 2026 at 1:00 p.m. You are excused. Thank you. I sure did not. Jail, we should not see Ms. Cassad on the her city court case. Sorry about that.
Do you want the jail to bring her back?
Yes, please. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Yes. Judge.
Hi, looks like you had a misdemeanor assault charge out of Tucson City Court. I'm gonna quash that warrant, release you, appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. Your next court date in city court is gonna be May 15th, 2026 at 9 a.m. Your attorney for that.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening. What is your full name, please?
Víctor Alejandro Cereto.
Looks like you have been arrested in the crimes of unlawful possession of narcotic drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing date?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm going to hear from the prosecutor's office regarding their bond recommendation. Just need to let you know you do have a constitutional right to remain silent and to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. Mr. Wilbur?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is asking for a $500 bond with pretrial if released. We just highlight his criminal history and the 3 out of 6 failure to appear rating.
When you say his criminal history, I just see the one felony allegation from 2000. Are you seeing something else that I'm not seeing?
Just 1 second, Your Honor, let me pull it up.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor, I just show that 1 felony prior.
All right.
Felony.
Mr. Acerto, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. You must comply with any monitored treatment as directed by pretrial services. You are not allowed to drink any alcohol or take any illegal drugs, and you certainly cannot be in possession of any illegal drugs. Do you understand? Dale, he's on mute.
He's muted. Sorry, one more time.
Yes, ma'am.
Your first hearing is a STEPS hearing. It's going to be on April 21st, 2026 at 9 a.m. You must be present for this hearing. If you're not present, a warrant could issue for your arrest, and the diversion program may no longer be available to you. So it's really important you show up for court next week. Your preliminary defense counsel, you waive time limits for the preliminary hearing?
Yes, Judge.
All right, your preliminary hearing is going to be May 27, 2026 at 1:30 p.m.
Thank you very much.
Nope.
Thank you, Judge.
Good one.
What is your full name, please?
Randall Denise Grossman.
You have been accused and arrested for the charges of unlawful possession of a dangerous drug, unlawful possession of narcotic drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short period. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing date?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to hear from the prosecutor regarding his bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your attorney. And I notice that you are currently on probation. Mr. Wilbur.
Ask for a $500 bond with pretrial if released, and we would highlight those on probation when she committed this offense.
Defense counsel, any objection?
I'm sorry, Judge. Can you repeat that last part?
Any objection to the $500 bond request?
Judge, we'd be asking for release to pretrial if possible.
Ms. Grossman, because you're on felony probation, your bond is set at $500 secured and released to pretrial services. If you're able to post that bond, you must comply with any treatment or monitoring as directed by pretrial services. If you're out of custody, you cannot drink any alcohol or take any illegal drugs. Your first hearing, called a steps hearing, is going to be on April 21st, 2026 at 9 a.m. If you're out of custody, you must be present. If you're in custody, you will see a judge on that day. Let's see. Your preliminary hearing is still set for April 22nd, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you. Thank you. What is your full name, please? Mr. Hoy, it looks like you had an out-of-county warrant for your arrest out of Cochise County for charges involving disorderly conduct involving a weapon by a prohibited possessor. They are asking that I set a $15,000 bond. Defense counsel?
Judge, he's already being detained without bond, so we wouldn't object to some sort of bond, so he gets time credit.
All right, Mr. Hoy, your bond is set at $10,000. The jail will let Cochise County know that you're in custody. You will have a review hearing here in Tucson, May 12th, 2026 at 9 a.m. to see if you're still in custody. You are excused. Thank you. What is your full name, please?
Jeffrey Lawrence Jorgensen Jr.
You have been arrested and accused of the crimes of unlawful possession of a narcotic drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing date?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to hear from the prosecutor's office regarding their bond recommendation. Mr. Wilbur.
Yes, Your Honor, the state has asked for a $2,500 bond. We would highlight his criminal history, including criminal history of violence, that he is a 6 out of 6 on both the failure to appear and the new criminal activity score, and that his use of these narcotics was in a public business.
Defense counsel.
Judge, we're asking you consider a much lower bond given the nature of the offenses.
Mr. Jorgensen, your bond is set at $1,000 plus release of pretrial services. If you're able to post that bond, you must comply with any monitor treatment as directed by pretrial services. If you're able to be out of custody, you cannot drink any alcohol, you cannot take any illegal drugs, and you cannot be in possession of any illegal drugs. Your first hearing is called a STEPS hearing. It is set on April 21st, 2026 at 9 a.m. If you're out of custody, you must be present or a warrant will issue for your arrest. If you're in custody, you'll be seen by a judge. Your preliminary hearing is set to April 22nd, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Jorgensen, come back. You have a misdemeanor case. Good Lord. Sorry about that. Mr. Warrant for your arrest out of Justice Court for a third degree criminal trespass charge from October 2nd of 2025. I'm going to quash the warrant. I'm going to release you. Your next court date's May 5th, 2026 at 9 a.m. in Justice Court, and I'll let them know that you're currently in custody on a felony. You're excused. Thank you. What is your full name, please?
Curtis Morris.
And are you a junior?
Yes.
Right. So it looks like you have two separate felony charges. One case is a disorderly conduct involving a weapon from today's date times 4. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty. And the other case is a promoting prison contraband from today's date. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty. For both cases, I'm going to let you know you do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearings. I am going to hear first from the prosecutors regarding his bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your attorney. Mr. Wilbur.
Yes, Your Honor. In the disorderly conduct matter, we're asked for a $15,000 bond. We would highlight the dangerous instrument in this offense, that he has a history of violent or assaultive behavior, that he was on probation or release at the time of the offense, that he has prior felony convictions, and a history of failing to appear. And in regards to the prison contraband, we are asked for a $2,500 bond, also highlighting his criminal history.
Defense counsel.
Your Honor, just give me one moment, please.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. We'd be asking that you consider a much lower bond. I do note that he is on felony probation. However, there's no PTR filed. I'm sure that's coming given a new offense, but he's been on it since November. He claims to have housing and employment. So we'd ask you to consider that in your bond imposition.
Mr. Morris, on the disorderly conduct involving weapons charges, $1,500. Regarding the promoting prison contraband charge, your bond is set at $2,000. You're not allowed to have any contact with any of the victims. Don't go back to the incident locations of that hospital. Possession of firearms or weapons. Public Defender's Office is appointed in both cases. In both cases, your preliminary hearing is set to April 22nd at 1:30 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you. Thank you. Your excuse. Oh, I'm sorry. Gosh, he does have city court cases. I'm just forgetting those cases. Sorry about that. All right, he has several cases in city court. Mr. Morris, you had a new charge of criminal trespass from today's date, and then you had several cases where you on your own recognizance on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to release you on this criminal trespass matter and reconfirm that date of May 4th, 2026 at 9 a.m. And I'll still appoint the City Public Defender's Office, and your attorney will be notified that you are in custody on the felony matters. You are excused. Thank you. What is your full name, please?
President Mercedes Robles.
You were arrested and accused of the crimes of unlawful possession of a narcotic drug, unlawful possession of a dangerous drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing date?
Yes.
First in the prosecutor's office regarding his bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your attorney. Mr. Wilbur.
Yes, Your Honor. The state has asked for a $1,500 bond with pretrial services if released. We would highlight the defendant's criminal history, a history of violence, and a history of failing to appear for court hearings.
Defense counsel.
Judge, we're asking you to release her to pretrial. It looks like she does she claims to have housing with her boyfriend, have any sort of active NVCA flag, and these are personal possession charges.
Ms. Robles, your bond set $1,000 plus release of pretrial services. You must comply with any monitor treatment they recommend. If you post that bond, you are not allowed to be in possession of any alcohol or drink any alcohol. Do not take any illegal drugs. You can't possess any illegal drugs. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you April 21st, 2026 at 9 a.m. And your preliminary hearing is set to April 22nd, 2026.